Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to crack open my new Morphe 35R palette. I have been so excited to check this thing out because y'all know how much I love gold, and of course this is their gold palette. Now, here she is. Woo! There she is. Look at all that pretty goldness in here. We've got all these shimmers. We've got gold and bronze and copper. We've got some darker, I don't know, like chocolate with a gold shine back to it. And then we've got all these mattes over here. We've got a couple of satins right here, and let's check her out. So I did some swatches for you guys. First, this is the metallic slash shimmer side of the palette. I just swatched a couple of my favorites, you know, the ones that were just speaking to me. And I really, of course, I really love this gold, but these bronze and these copper colors, like they're just blinding. They are so beautiful, and they almost look wet when you first swatch them. It's insane. I mean, Morphe, for an affordable palette, I mean, we're talking $23 and below. Morphe has some really affordable products and really good quality. I mean, I even swatched a few of the mattes, and down here is the satins. These two, they look more matte and they're a little less pigmented than these bad boys over here, but they, you know, they come on just fine. Now, the lighter of them went on just a little bit patchy, but you know, it's a matte, and you've always got to build mattes no matter who makes them, how expensive they are, how fancy the palette is. You're going to have to build and blend with your mattes. Like all of my other Morphe palettes, when I saw the pictures online, whether it be on their website, on Instagram, shared by customers, I am not attracted to those palettes. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but the palettes don't look that pretty. But when you get them in front of you in person, even then you're like, meh. But then you swatch them and you bring out that little bit in these shadows, and they're so gorgeous and bright and pigmented, and I love me some Morphe palettes. So if you are one of my beauty sisters on a budget, go over to morphebrushes.com and check them out. So I'd like to do a quick tutorial for all y'all out there curious about this palette. Now we are going to start with my angled eye brush, and I'm going to go in with this light color. It's the lightest in here, and it's the only one that isn't really brown. It's kind of like a sand color. It's a little lighter than my skin tone, so I think it'll be perfect to put over my eyeshadow primer. Get your base color down, of course. Looking at the site maybe the day after I bought this palette, I noticed that it wasn't on the site at all anymore. Right before I had purchased this, it was listed as sold out, and I got so lucky to just happen to be on that webpage when it came back in stock. But I believe that it is sold out completely. I'm not sure if it's coming back. I can't find it on the website at all. But the good news is that I did find they do have 2 new palettes that they have released. They can come together in a bundle, or you can buy them separately. They have the Bronzed Mocha and the Copper Spice eyeshadow. Sorry about that. I had to check on that to be sure. So the Copper Spice and the Bronzed Mocha, they're very similar to this. It looks like they've got, you know, the gold, the copper, the bronze, and like, you know, a few of these very same shades. They're a little bit smaller. To me, like, these palettes are a little bit smaller than your usual Morphe palette. Most of these Morphe palettes, they come with 35 shadows, a mix of mattes and shimmers depending on the palette. But these, it looks like there's only 25 per palette, so they're priced a little bit lower. Just something good to know if you're looking to get in on these beautiful gold colors. On with this tutorial, I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's kind of like a salted caramel color is what it reminds me of. It's very pretty. And I'm just going to throw that between my crease and brow bone. And to do that, I am going to use my number 8 from the BH Cosmetics Lavish set. Oh, it's coming on just fine. It's starting to show up already. Very nice. Very smooth mattes too, by the way. Some mattes, I don't know, they tend to be kind of a heavier formula and they tend to drag just a little bit easier. But this is going on nice and smooth. Now, don't be happy with that shading right there. We are going to go back in with a darker tone to add some definition to our crease. And I think because I love me some warm tones so flippin' much, girl, I think I'm going to go in with this one right here. It does look a little dark, but it's got kind of a red hue to it, and I love those kinds of colors. So let's see. Oh, that's very nice. Goes very well with that salted caramel. I'm digging it, girl. You did yourself another good job on this palette. I'm sad that it looks like it's sold out though, because, you know, like I said, this wasn't very attractive online in pictures at all. I wasn't even going to get it. And then I realized how popular it was and that I better grab it before it's all gone. And I'm kind of glad that I did because it swatches so beautifully. But like I said earlier, even like my 35O M&S set, they didn't look all that pretty. I think to keep this warm tone vibe going that I've got on my eye space up here, we are going to go in with this darker warm brown. It's more of a chocolate brown, but it's still got kind of a reddish tint to it, so I'm feeling it. We're just going to throw a little bit of that inside the crease. Ooh, that one is pretty dark, so go in lightly. The darker mattes in particular in this palette are a little bit more pigmented than the lighter caramel and brown colors. So definitely be gentle when going in there, and, you know, just be kind of careful and you'll be just fine. Of course, with any matte, you're going to have to blend the ever-loving hell out of it to make sure it is nice and smooth. Next, we are going to go in with one of these beautiful, vivid, bright, highly pigmented, metallic colors down here. And, you know, I'm going to mix it up just a little bit. I think I'm going to go in with this bright, coppery color. It's just been speaking to me, and I think that's the color right there. Because it's very shimmery, I'm going to go in with my little eyeshadow applicator and start on the inner corner. A little bit, be aware with using this, there is a little bit of fallout, but it definitely makes that metallic and sparkly and shimmery eyeshadow really pop on your eyelid. And I haven't even blended it out or anything, and you can already see it's like super bright, baby. I'm loving it. Oh, I love me some copper and gold. All right, honey, it's time to do our highlight and inner corner. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with my favorite ridiculous yellow gold. And for the highlight, I think we're going to tone it down a bit and go with, come on, girl, focus. All right, it won't focus, but this is kind of like a peachy cream color. And I'm just going to take my number 11 from the BH Cosmetics Lavish set. It's like a small detail brush, semi-rounded at the top, and it's perfect for the inner corner and up top. I've highlighted my brow bone and put some of that pretty gold in the inner corner of my eye. I tight lined my upper lash line with some black eyeliner, and we are going to go in now with some of those mattes on the bottom lash line to smoke it out just a little. I'm going to start, I think I'm going to start with this one right here. It's kind of a medium burnt brown. And I'm just going to throw that all up under my eyeliner down here. Next, I'm going to go in with a darker colored matte. I think I'm going to go down with this one right here and do the outer half of my bottom lash line. I'm going to finish off my eye look with one of my favorite mascaras. This is the Tarteist Pro Mascara, a little black and gold bottle. I love that. And I'm just gonna shimmy it up a little bit before I do a full stroke through my lashes. That kind of helps separate them and prevent some clumping. Of course, I'm gonna go back through with my dry spoolie and straighten those out. Finish off this look, I'm gonna go in with one of my current favorites. This is the Cosmoholic. It's kind of like a glossy liquid lipstick. They call it a lip gloss, but it's pretty pigmented, so it's a glossy lipstick. And it's one of my favorites right now because, like, not only does it smell and taste fabulous, like some whipped vanilla cream or marshmallow, it's such a pretty color and it can go with everything. Plus, I'll tell you a secret right now. I'm not a fan of matte liquid lip color because it dries out my lips so terribly. And I literally suffer all day. Even when I put gloss on top, I suffer all day with dried up, chapped, yucky lips. And I mean, I know that matte is on trend right now, but honey, I ain't doing it. Alright, darling, that is it for today. You know, final thoughts on the 35R palette. Oh my gosh, I love it. If you are a huge fan of gold like I am, you're gonna love it too. But if you don't like golds and coppers and whatnot, this obviously ain't the palette for you. But it is very pigmented, it's very soft, the metallic and shimmer shades especially they're so buttery and just, oh, it's so satisfying to swatch those things, I can't even tell you. But highly recommended. I love Morphe. From the first palette that I got from them, I was sold, you know what I mean? They have great quality for being a $22 palette. You can't pass it up. You can't get much better for the price. So definitely check them out if you haven't. They have several different palettes and colors and all sorts of other stuff available. I'm sure you will enjoy something from them. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out and stop back by the next day to find out what my other Morphe palette was. In the meantime, I love you. You're beautiful. Bye.